guys, and welcome back. In this episode, we are jumping into a new section now, and this is the graphics section, and we are going to take off with the introduction to essential graphics. So without much ado, let's get started. All right, so this is where actually we end from our previous section. Okay, so and you can tell that we are in the editing mode. Okay, so from here, all this lesson that we are about doing actually will be in the graphics section. So go ahead and switch it from the editing mode, or maybe if you have your as a customized mode and stuff, just switch directly to captions and graphics. So when you switch to it, the screen will load a little bit. So you have, this is actually how your screen actually is going to be. All right. Okay. So on the right hand here, actually, this actually is browse, which are templates. Okay, these are inbuilt template. All right. So when we look at the other side here, we have edit, and you can tell that we don't have anything in here. Okay. Why? Because we don't have any text on our screen or whatsoever. All right. So what we are going to do, I'm just going to add in a text so we can have our option here. Then I will take you through all the steps that we have in there. All right. So without much delay, let me just come to my second video clip here. And to get the text to actually, you can just press the T on your keyboard. But you can also find it somewhere here. Okay. And with this one, you can also adjust the screen actually to the way that you want it. Okay. You can actually do that. All right. Okay, good. So here I have my text tool already. So what I'll do here is I'll just click on it, and what I'll just type, let me just type title number 1. All right. So what I'll do, let me just so put it in capital letter. All right. So title number 1. All right. So let me just drag it below here, at least so it will be some kind of live, or we can just go ahead and change the text. Okay, so let me start right away from how to change the appearance, okay, which is the color. All right, so let's just click. I just want to use something reddish so it will stay focused on the screen. All right, I hope you can see this. All right, okay. So here, what I want to show you guys here is, see, we have different types of options. Okay, these options actually became available to you or to us when we put in a text. All right, and I'm just going to start right away from align and transform. So let's, for example, say our text is somewhere here. All right, and we want this text actually to be in the middle of this video. So to do that, you can use these two little icons here. One is what? Vertical center, and one is what? A horizontal center. So automatically this tells you that your text actually has been what? Aligned to the middle. All right. Then after that, when you click this one actually aligned to the top, this aligned to the bottom, this to the left, and this to the right. All right. So if we want to come back, then when you look at this middle here, we have aligned horizontally, and we have what? Aligned vertically, which also center your text in the middle. But the quickest way is by using these two little icon here, which is vertical center and horizontal center. All right. Okay, good. Now let's come straight away to the text here. Okay, so with this text actually here we can change font. So let's start from here. This one is if you want to increase the size of the font, okay, or you want to what? Reduce it. All right, and you can tell that when we are expanding the font, we are increasing the font type. You can see that we have some icon here. So this tells you that the text actually is what? Increasing it from the center to the right. All right. So it's actually from the left hand side to the right hand side. Okay. So now let's go ahead and put 100. All right. Okay. So now we have it back here. Everything is in here. All right. So now the next thing I just want to talk about is the text here. Okay. So you can change the text. Let me see if I have some. This text is called Gotham Do I have it? No. So let me use Montserrat. I think I have Montserrat. No. All right. So let me just go in for any font at all, and any kind of font that you choose. Okay, actually have its own font style, being it italic, bold, and the rest. Okay, some of the fonts actually have a lot of option in there. Let me go in for this Teal Sans Ultra Bold. I think that one is very bold. So when you click on this one, you see that we have regular. If you click this drop down, we don't have regular alone. We have what? Empty, extra, condensed, and stuff. Okay, there are a lot of fonts. So the font actually is self-explanatory. Okay, for which I'm not going to waste much more time here. But let me just change it to something very bold. Okay, so let me go by this. I think this one is very small. Let me just go by something bold. Okay, let me go by this. Ultra condensed. Okay, let's go by this. All right. Okay, good. Now the next thing I want to show you guys is if you put the mouse cursor somewhere here, you see that your cursor actually will change to this kind of arrow. Okay, so if you click and drag, this also actually expand the text for you. Okay, but you notice that everything actually is what reducing and increasing right from here. All right. Okay, good. Now the next thing I want to talk about here is the center alignment. Okay, if we click it, you will see that. Let me just undo. Let me expand it a little bigger. So when you look here, actually, okay, you see that. Let me just put it to somewhere 75. I just want you guys to see this anchor here, for which we talk about anchor, right? So where this anchor is actually, that is where exactly this text actually is going to be centered. So if I should click here, center here, you see that. Let's just reduce it. I think let's go to back fit. You see that now the anchor point here is in the middle of the page. Okay, so with that, it doesn't mean that the text actually is really in the middle. So let me just reduce it a little bit. Okay, so okay, so if we click these two icons here, actually it's going to what align them nicely for us in the middle. So with this anchor point, I can also click and drag it to the middle. So you see that the text also is following. All right, so if this is the middle where I just want to drop this anchor point, okay, I can just let it go off. Then I'll just use these two icons here just to center them very well. So here, if we are to reduce it, you see that now it doesn't reduce from the edge, okay, but rather from the middle of the page. Okay, so now let's undo a couple times. All right, so I've explained a lot, and when you look at this one actually is the transparency. Okay, how transparent you want the text actually to be. But honestly, I don't actually like using it much. Or what I need to do at times, I come to my effect control, okay, and I have the option for opacity where I can I have more way to turn it down and stuff. All right, okay. So now let's just click on the text again. Let's go to edit, and we have our option here. All right. Okay, so I have already explained the appearances here. Okay, you click and you can choose any kind of text, the color that you want. All right. Okay, so let's just click OK. So when you look at the next one, actually this one is stroke. For those of you who actually have knowledge in graphic design, maybe using CorelDRAW, Illustrator, Photoshop and stuff, you guys actually understand this stroke here. So this stroke here actually gives some outline to your text. So you see, so if I should disable it, you will not see any stroke in there. So that is the work of this stroke here. And we can actually increase the stroke. You see, we can increase it and make it very big, make it to the way we want it, right? So that is also the work of this stroke. So with this background here, actually, when you do that, actually, then you are giving a background to the text alone. So for example, let's go by 100%. As you can see, now you can see it very clear. Then with here also, when you click, actually, either the background actually will be bigger and the text actually will be fitting perfectly. Okay, that is the work of the background here. Okay, so I don't I don't even remember. I haven't used it before, honestly, because I don't see the reason why I should use that. Okay, but actually, some people actually use them. Okay, all right. So with this one, with the shadow here, actually gives you the shadow. If like you have just given some shadow effect to the text and stuff, let's go in for some color that to actually project very well. Let's go for this orange. Let's come down here and click OK, and you see, okay, this actually gives you the shadow. So if you want to apply any shadow to your text in Adobe Premiere Pro, actually this is where actually to find them, and they have different kind of angles whereby how you want it to be, how far you want it to be, how close you want it to be, and how spread you want it to be, and the rest. Okay, so I'll just go ahead and disable it. All right. Okay, so now another one important thing that I just want to explain here is, let's for example, maybe let's delete this one, okay, or let me just delete it. Let's just delete the title. Okay, let's just delete it. All right, then let's press on T again to bring in another title. So let me just type TA Digital. Okay, so you can tell that I have the same stroke and everything, so I can just take off the stroke, for which I don't think is necessary. Okay, all right, let me just take it off. All right, good. So with this one, you can see that our text here, actually everything here is in small caps. Okay, it is in small letters. All right, so what about if we type it and we realize that we actually need it to be in capital letter? How then do we get it done quickly without we going to type everything again? You see, when you look at the options here, okay, this one actually is fast bold. So it means that you want to bold your text. This one is italic. This one is all caps. So if I click on all caps, automatically the small letters actually will change to all caps. All right, then when you look at this one, we have small caps. So if I click on it, only the first letter, some text actually have that kind of effect. With this one, it will just give you all capital, but it will just be a very bit small. This one is superscript, superscript. Okay, this one is superscript, and this one is subscript. Okay, that's if you want to make it very small to the top and stuff. So that is actually how it also works. Then we have the underline. That's if you want to underline your text. All right, so now let's go away and remove it. Now the quick something that I just want to show you here. Keep your eyes here. When I start to drag this thing, you see that the number changes. So this one actually helps you to align a text. So let's say if you have different kind of text in there, okay, that you really want to align them, then you can always adjust. Maybe let's say we want all text to be 200. So this one. So if you duplicate or you put in another text and you just want it to fall below it, okay, fall below it to be in exactly line, then you also have to adjust it to 200 so that it will be in line. This one actually is if you want to position it somewhere below, or let's just go to 150, you see it's up there. Okay, so that is actually how it all happens. So you see, working with the graphics actually gives you more mandate to do things. All right, okay, so I think I have explained everything in here. With the text is self-explanatory. This one actually is center and align center, align left, and this one is if you want to center text vertically. Okay, now when you look at this one is the tracking. So if we are to drag, just pay attention to the text. You see, it actually creates space between the letters. That is the work of it. This one also actually is the kerning. This one is not available, but with this one is the spacing, okay, and the rest. Okay, guys, so let me just do a couple of undo just to go back to my title number 1. And with here, maybe me going through all this undo and stuff that is when I can I can go to my history, and I'll just click way back and it will take me straight to my title. Okay, guys, so actually I hope by now you have fair understanding of how the essential graphics is and how you can actually get your way through it. All right, so Control S to save. Adobe Premiere Pro actually have an auto saver, but if you have forgotten to save, the moment you see the auto saver on your screen, that actually should tell you that you need to save your work. So Control S to save as usual. So guys, that's all about this section. So in our next section, actually, we will then be looking at how we can create and customize basic titles. Okay, guys, so see you in the next video.